You know, as a football coach, you sometimes have to worry about budgets. And I know it's terrible to think about, but there are the haves and have-nots when it comes to budgets and football teams. So if you're a coach that wants to get equipment in order to help their kids get better, or maybe you're just a dad or a mom that wants to be able to provide their kid with things to be able to train on their own, sometimes you have to get creative because you can't afford some of these prices that they're showing for some of the products that are offered out there. One in particular that I think about is the wide receiver running back chutes that have been created that allows wide receivers and running backs to focus on staying low. Sometimes you see them used for offensive linemen as well when they're pulling, how to drop their hips and get up underneath that chute. And so when you see some of these prices, $150, $175, $200 for a chute, you go, oh my gosh, do I really want to pay that much money for something that looks so simple? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It is simple. And so today I'm at the local hardware store because I'm going to show you how easy it is for you to create these chutes for yourself. Stay tuned. So I'm back here in the back where they keep all of their PVC pipe at. And I've already quickly located the PVC pipe that I'm looking for. And that is the 1-inch 40 gauge so that it's thicker. If you look, when I pull it out right here, you see that thickness on it because you want that to be able to hold up. You want that to be able to hold up to anything that you're doing when it comes to people always constantly running into it. And so these come in 10-foot sections. So I'm going to buy 2, and that's going to take care of everything that I need with my chute. The best part about it is each one of these, $3.99 a piece. We are already on the way to saving what we need to save. Most hardware stores will actually cut that PVC pipe for you if you ask them to do it. And you know, most of them are really helpful. They'll tell you the stuff that you need that you probably don't even realize that you need. And so right now I'm back waiting for my PVC pipe to be cut into the lengths that I need it to be cut for this project. There are the guys back there. They're making it happen. They're actually measuring up. Again, these are the experts. We're going to let the experts be the experts. We're not the experts at cutting PVC pipe, and they're willing to offer it. You might as well let them do it. So we're waiting for that PVC pipe to come out, and then I'll get right back with you. So as you can see right here, I have my PVC pipe all cut up, and I have my 5-foot pieces, 2 5-foot pieces that came from my first 10-foot PVC pipe, and then the second pipe I was able to make my 3-foot crossbar and the feet for my apparatus to make sure that it can stand up. Now I'm going to get the last little things that I need in order to have all of the materials that I need in order to finish this off. Okay, so I ran into a small little snag right there because the hardware store that I was at, they didn't have all of the little joints that I needed to put the apparatus together. So I've got to go to another hardware store. But here's the thing, when I tell you everything that you need and I lay it all out, you'll be able to call your hardware store before you ever even leave the house to make sure that they have everything that you need. So don't go anywhere. Okay, so I'm back at the house out on the porch, and it is hot out here, so I apologize if I look like I've been running because it is hot. But I wanted to show you how we're going to put this together, and I'm going to do this in real time. So I'm actually going to assemble this while I'm talking to you because I want you to not only see the value in doing this yourself, but I also want you to see it's not really that big a deal. So you can get something really, really cheap that costs a lot of money, and you don't have to spend a lot of your sweat equity on it. So let's get started. So first I want to go over all of the materials that I received. I bought two 10-foot PVC pipe. This was 1-inch PVC pipe and I had it cut into 2 5-foot poles. 2 5-foot poles. And then the second pipe I had cut into a 3-foot pole. And then the other piece I had cut into 4 equidistant poles. So these are going to form the bottom feet of the chute. That 3-foot part is going to be the crossbar, and obviously the 2 5-foot parts are going to be those stand-up standards. Now, how am I going to put this together? I am going to put these together with these. These are 1-inch 3-hole slips. So I just slip the bar in here, and I slip a bar in here, and that makes my foot. Now, here's where the most expensive part of this entire thing was. It wasn't in this, and it wasn't in these. The PVC pipe altogether costed me $7 or $6.98. These, they actually costed $1.25 a piece. I needed 2 of them, so that's $2.50. My 2 elbows, they costed 79 cents a piece. Now, the most expensive thing that I bought was this. This is rubber cement, and this is so that when I put these PVC pipes together, that they hold. Now, I'm going to tell you where you want to actually make it permanent and where you want to actually hold off to make sure that you can have it adjustable. But this cost me almost $6. I believe it was $5.29. So $6 got me this, and I'm sure you can find it cheaper. If you have something similar already in your house, you can make all of this happen. Now, what I just quoted you, everything that's under $20. Now, because you don't have to buy this again, imagine if you wanted to build 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 or 20 of these. You're talking about a fraction of the cost of $200 and $250 and $260. So you can already see the value monetarily in putting this together. I'm going to show you how fast it is to actually assemble this yourself. Okay, so after that technical difficulty, I actually got the top off the bottle. I tell you, you're dealing with cement, so sometimes it's pressure. So if you've been keeping it out in somewhere that makes it more pressurized, it's going to be difficult. Sometimes it's just that you're kind of weak and you need to put a little bit more elbow grease into it. But whatever it is, once you get that top off, it's going to be different colors. It just all depends on what type of brand you get. Right now, you can see my brand is blue, and you want to make sure you don't do this in the house because that is strong and those fumes do get out, and you don't want that in the house. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to connect the pieces for the base. So I'm going to take my piece right here, and inside the slip, you can see where your bar is going to go, how far it's going to go in. So I'm just going to take this cement, make sure I don't have it dripping all over the place, and I'm just going to run it around on the inside of the pipe. I want to be really generous with this because you want this to hold. This is not something you want to just pop off all the time. You're going to save yourself time by making sure it can hold. So I'm going to put that, I'm going to take my pipe, I'm just going to slide it in there until it goes all the way to the back, as far in as it possibly can go. Boom. Just that simple. I'm going to take my cement, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm here around that, dripping a little bit. Again, I don't really care about neat. This is a functional tool, and so I'm not trying to win any awards with, how clean or pretty it looks. I want it to work. And again, I'm going to stuff that in as hard as I can get it in there until it's nice and tight. Now you'll find that it's pretty tight even without the glue, but you don't want this thing coming apart. And so once that glue's in there, you know it's not coming apart. So now I've got one base done. I'm going to do the same thing for my other base. Don't want that glue dripping. You're in there, swivel around. I'm just going to swivel around on both sides. I'm going to take my base, again, take one side, you're going to get that in as tight as it possibly can get until you can't push it anymore. And you can look inside the hole and see exactly how far it goes. Push that other side in. And again, if you want to try to get it in further, you just need to kind of crank it like it's like you're cranking on the handlebars. Or the an engine of a motorcycle. You can tell I don't ride motorcycles. So now I've got that second base done. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to connect my 5-foot pipe to the base. Now I don't need to connect the 5-foot, I'm sorry, not the 5-foot pipe to the base, the 5-foot pipe to the overcross. So my 3-foot crossbar. So I find my 3-foot. Let's sit my 5 feet right there. 3-foot cross. And I'm going to put my elbows, my 90-degree elbows on the sides. Again, I want to make sure that when I put these on, I put them on and I glue them in so that they're not going anywhere. So I put it in my glue. Some of my pants there. Okay. Slide that on. And then you just want to make sure that when you slide the other one on, that they're even, because this is going to be glued. So you want to make sure that it's glued even to where your arms are not lopsided. So I can see right there, feel it on, it's on even, I'm good. I take my 5-foot pipe. I'm going to attach it onto there, but first I'm going to add my glue on each side. Again, I've already made sure that those elbows are even. So because the elbows are even, I don't have to worry about whether or not the poles are going to be even. The elbows are even. The poles are going to go where the elbow tells it to go. So I know those are going to be even. Take that and I slide that in on that 5-foot side. I slide in. The other 5-foot side. Stand it up, and now I have that all taken care of. You can see now I've built the top of my chute. Now all I'm going to do is put the bottom feet on. Now all I'm going to do is put the bottom feet on those chutes. But I'm not going to add glue to the bottom feet. And the reason I don't want to add glue to the bottom feet is because I want this thing to be able to move and go places. And if you put these feet that stand out 2 and some change, almost 3 feet, then where are you going to be able to store this at? So this makes it so that you can take these off. This will still be in place, but you'll be able to move these anywhere you want. So take that down and sit it on my foot. If you heard a little bottle tilt over, if you're interested, that was my glue, or my cement, so that's unfortunate, but I picked it back up. So now I have a stature that sits up, and you can see from the size it's able to stand. You look down, you can see the work on the feet. And now you should be ready to go when it's time to do some training on it. But the best thing to do is to take this thing out and see how it rolls.